God calls us to a life of sacrifice that is greater than ourselves. We do not determine this call on our own, but we have to listen and freely respond. This is our vocation.
Hello, my name's Chase Stevens. I'm from Bloomington, Illinois, and I'm a seminarian for the Diocese of Peoria. I'll be going into my second year at Immaculate Heart of Mary's Seminary at St. Mary's University in Winona, Minnesota. I just couldn't be more thankful. The first year of seminary was awesome. It was a ton of realizing new things about my own heart, about the love of Jesus Christ, about his church, about people there, what it's like living with 60 other guys in a home. It was great. But I'll give you a little background. Like I said, I'm from Bloomington, Illinois. I went to Holy Trinity Middle School, to Central Catholic High School, and during that whole time, I was a hockey player. I still have all my teeth. Sometimes I wish I didn't, because it's cool in the hockey culture not to have some teeth. But after Central Catholic, I decided to go to Missouri State University. And prior to my decision to go to college, I did not care about the faith. In fact, I thought going to faith-related things was really weird, and I did not want to have any part of it. And I never thought I'd be sitting before you talking about how seminary has changed my life. I didn't even know what seminary was when I left for college. So, like I said, faith was not important. My mom would take us to church every once in a while, and she was pretty faithful to Sunday Mass, so I'm grateful for that. And but nothing really before that. And then I went to Missouri State University. Like I said, I went to study business and communications, and I went to play hockey, which, yeah, studying was off my radar. Hockey was on my radar. So I decided to try out for their Division I and Division II teams in ACHA, which is just club college hockey. And I was 18, and a lot of the guys that were trying out with me in the class that I would have been going into were 22, because they had played 4 years of junior hockey and skipped a 4-year degree, and then they went after that. So needless to say, I was a little nervous as an 18-year-old, and I got guys who are 22 playing with me. And right before that, I just had injured my collarbone pretty bad, and about 5 months before that. So it was a whole slew of things that I was nervous about. So I decided not to play hockey. Instead, I joined a fraternity, which seemed like the best thing to do. I don't know, I was 18. And when I got into the fraternity, things started on a high note, and then they just started going south very quickly. And by the time I had about a year and a half in, I had done just about everything that I was okay with doing, which was a lot. And my moral code was non-existent. I lost it somewhere along the way. And so after about a year and a half of school at Missouri State and all this just stuff, I just emptied my heart with everything that I had and given it away. And I don't know. I felt lifeless. No real meaning. Studying business communications, my fraternity, all those things, my friends. It wasn't real. It wasn't tangible. It wasn't anything deeper than that. So I decided to drop out of school on a Wednesday afternoon and drive home to Bloomington, which I think scared my mom and dad pretty bad, but it was the best decision I ever made. When I got home, my dad was like, cool, we got a new screen printer for our family business. And so for 3 months, I learned to screen print and wash out screens with a power washer and some very hefty chemicals. And I began to pray the rosary. My nephew was born, who, that brought me a lot of life when my nephew was born. And things just started to heal. I could hold a baby in my arms, so was my nephew, and that brought me a lot of life. And I just really, that reverberated in my heart so much. And so I decided to study communications at Illinois State after the first semester transpired. And so I stopped working and I went to Illinois State. for communications, where I went to the Newman Center, and life really started to steamroll in a good direction. The Holy Spirit really was taking a hold of my heart and, guiding me by the hand. So I had a lot of great friends at Illinois State. I was able to encounter the truth of what the faith was. I discovered that it made sense. It was beautiful, and it was solid. Something that it wasn't going to change if the circumstances or situation in my life changed. That was, it wouldn't. It was a solid rock. And so after praying for a long time, praying the rosary and just questioning why am I here? Why did all this transpire? I dropped out of school. I showed up at a different school. I started screen printing, all these things I never had planned on doing. And I just felt in my heart that I needed to give my life away to something more important. Business for me, it didn't mean anything. I was like, whoop-de-doo. I can do this, but it's not going to make me happy. And I remember just seeing, just witnessing priests and their life given away, and I was like, I need to do something like that. I need to give my life away. It needs to be important. It needs to be something worth living and something worth dying for, which changed everything, changed my whole heart. God reveals man to himself, and he is beginning to do that with me at seminary. And every day I just find myself sometimes impatient with his love, sometimes, but his love is constant, and I cling to it, and I'm extremely thankful.
The Diocese of Peoria has many seedbeds of vocation in its families, parishes, schools, and Newman centers. Despite a world that actively discourages any idea of self-gift and embracing any meaning higher than oneself, every year men of the diocese are brave enough to listen to the voice of Christ and enter seminary. We have a growing culture of vocations, and many are already a part of it. But we have a problem. There are too many seminarians for the diocese to pay for. Some years back, we realized we were unable to pay for the rising cost of college seminary from our regular fund and keep it sustainable. So, in honor of the late Monsignor George A. Carton, a group of generous lay people started a scholarship fund which helps college seminarians pay for their tuition, room and board, and repays the loans of those college seminarians who are ordained priests. Each seminarian receives at least $9,000 from the Carton Scholarship, and because of this, no candidate is denied acceptance for financial reasons. So, this year, on Friday, July 31st at 5 p.m., we are holding the Carton Event online, featuring messages from vocation directors, seminarians, and leaders of the diocese. It is an evening for you to connect with the future priests of the Diocese of Peoria, a group of generous, gifted young men who are willing to be your priests if God calls them. We know that many are suffering financially and can only help with their prayers, but we also know that many are willing to donate even a small amount so that the diocese can continue to have holy, joyful, brave shepherds in the future. The Carton Event is open to all, even those who can only support us spiritually. If you'd like to be a part of it, you can go to our website or call this phone number. We want you to see the fruits of your sacrifices and join with the men who are giving themselves to formation and discernment of the priesthood. We want you to be a part of the amazing culture of vocations in the Diocese of Peoria.
And to be honest with you, I won't beat around the bush. If the Msgr Carton Scholarship didn't exist, I would have a really tough time going to seminary next year and possibly wouldn't go. So first of all, thank you for all that you've contributed already. All those in the past who have contributed. You're a big reason of why I can still go to seminary, and I speak on behalf of my brothers that, we wouldn't be able to go without you. What you do is you take us by your funds, by your prayers, and you propel us into the heart of Mother Church. And I promise you, she shows results every time. And every prayer, everything that you've donated, you've just lifted us up to Jesus Christ, which the only response for us is to give our lives and to just thank you